So I almost made a huge mistake while filming this. Hey, I'm LongestSoloEver here on LongestSoloEver 2, and today we're checking out Otto's cover of Buriki no Dance. We've listened to Otto on here before. We checked out her Spy Family opening song Kurakura on here about a month ago, and I always absolutely love her music, so I'm so excited to hear her interpretation of this song. And yeah, this is a cover, which is something I almost didn't catch and would have been really, really embarrassing for me if I didn't. It's not like there's a reason for YouTubers to be really self-conscious about their authenticity right now or anything. Yeah, I'm a music producer, and while I've been making music for 20 years, I'm not as well-versed as I'd like to be in the world of Vocaloid, which is where this song comes from. Buriki no Dance is originally a Hatsune Miku song created by Hinata Electric Works, and then really famously covered by Wonderland's Showtime. I took a listen through both to get the context, and I really love the instrumental of the original, but while I love Hatsune Miku, I didn't love the way she was tuned here, the way she was used, and so I kind of prefer the vocals on the Wonderland's Showtime version. But that's not what we're reacting to today. Today we're going to listen to Otto's cover of this. So just know that when I'm talking about the production and the singing, we're talking about Otto's cover specifically. If I get sidetracked and start talking about the composition, the theory of things, which I absolutely will, just know that that credit goes to Hinata Electric Works, the original composer. But first up, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that button down below for more videos like this one posted every week. Yes, loving it right off the bat.
Buriki no dance.
Okay, I'm a sucker for a good dance beat on the drums in a rock song. That goes back to all the indie bands I was listening to in the 2000s, but that's such a common element of J-rock as well. And we're seeing those really characteristic, kind of overdriven, harmonized J-rock guitars going on here. Super quick aside about how guitar tone works and what I mean by slightly overdriven. The most basic sound a guitar can put out is called its clean tone. This is what the guitar sounds like, kind of on its own. Nice, simple, clean guitar tone. Now, some amps, as you push the input volume, the volume going into the amplifier, they'll start to distort and break up a little bit, and we'll go from that nice clean tone to something a little crunchy. And we can turn up this gain knob to hear a little more of that. As compared with a super clean kind of tone. Now, on the other end of things, we can go past this overdrive kind of sound into full-on distortion. And this is where you get really heavy lead guitar kind of sounds, which you wouldn't get with this overdriven kind of sound. It's a little more subtle, and that's the kind of tone I love hearing in J-rock. Do you hear that like twinkly little synth on the left side? That left ear? That's fun too. That's just playing like non-stop 16th notes. Oh, do we hear that vocal control on that one note? That was so nice. Like, she's moving a mile a minute with the number of syllables in this song, but then she can just stop on a dime, and to hear the contour in the way that note moves is incredible. I want to hear it again. Oh, she flips into her falsetto as well. So the word there is harame. Don't laugh at my Japanese pronunciation, it's terrible. And she could very easily belt all three syllables of this harame. Better than I can, clearly. But she chooses to flip into her falsetto for the ra. Ha-ra. And you can hear the amount of control she has going from a full resonance to her falsetto and also just dropping in that little flip and vibrato there. It's beautiful. And there she is singing in that same range, now with like a full belt chest voice. This is something that as I've studied voice more and more, I start to notice in songs. It's not just about where you're singing the note, right? The pitch. It's about the placement of that note too. Because you could sing the same words on the same pitch with completely different resonances and get a different result. Anything from like a really clean, like, oh yeah, to something more airy and breathy, oh yeah. Or like something gritty and crunchy. Oh, yeah! It's 10 a.m. for me here, folks. But really, just listening for this vocal texture, the amount of control she has in moving things forward and back in that resonance range, it's so cool and just so impressive to me. I love this guitar line. There's nothing like complicated theory-wise going on here. This is literally just noodling around a D minor chord. We're in the key of D minor here. Here's our D minor chord, right? Keep an eye on these notes. We're just walking around those notes. That's the entire guitar part, and it's great. She has such a nice range. You can hear, we hear her lead vocal in the center, but I'm going to play it again. Pay attention to the sides. You'll hear very subtly in the back this really deep alto voice. She has a really nice low range too. I love it. It adds so much to that. And what she's doing here harmony-wise is a great way to get a wide range for your vocal texture. Normally when you're singing harmonies, your first choice is to go for a third up. So if you're singing la 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 la, your first harmony would be la 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 la. Something you can do to make that a little more interesting without needing to even think about anything different. Just take that high harmony, that third, and move it down an octave. And now, instead of, you get to keep this as your melody. It's still the highest note now, so it's the focus of things, but you get that nice, simple third harmony. And technically, this is harmonizing a sixth down from the melody note instead of a third up. If we count down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I love this kind of harmony sound. I love that she's using it here. Love these staccato hits, building tension. Here's the chorus coming up. There it is. There is so much performance happening in this vocal part. It's like voice acting, you know? Like you can sing the notes, but you can hear emotion in these lines. And I can quantify it down to things like you can hear this little yelp at the end of some words. Like listen closely. She goes for this like at the end of some words, and I love it. And it just like, it's this tight cutoff in the throat that adds just some intensity to it. I love it. People ask me a lot how to improve their vocals. And like, yeah, sing on pitch, sing with good tone, good breath support, all that stuff, yada, yada. But you can get all that right and still have it sound kind of off. And that's usually because it feels like you're doing the things that are singing, but you're not performing. It's really almost like acting. When I was taking voice lessons, my teacher said, sometimes it helps for the really aggressive stuff. We were working on like death metal screams and stuff. Like, make an angry face and kind of try to feel like you're angry. I'm not someone who has like a lot of strong emotions. That's something that's difficult for me to tap into personally. But I've found that literally even just making the face, like you can hear how my voice got there. I didn't even try to do that. If I make a nice happy little face like this, like you can just hear how easily it gets you into those character voices. And it does the same for your singing. So if you want to sing like this and deliver with that kind of voice, you need to like make that face. You need to be like, ah, you know? It goes a really long way. I just want to say, I love this music video. Yelling at a bunch of tin cans. Buriki no Dance translates to the tin dance, or dance of tin. And the lyrics, they translate to English. Interestingly, I'm not gonna get into them right now. My understanding is it's a lot of things about some Eastern religious texts that maybe don't translate into English one-to-one super well in this case. But I really love this visual art style, this like kind of paper cutout animation. It's super, super cool to me. Oh, that echo. Something I talk about a lot is building tension and momentum in your songs, doing things, making choices to really propel the song forward and propel the listener through the song. And ideally what you want is to think of a roller coaster. A good roller coaster has a lot of ups and downs, and it's the drops that are satisfying. It's the parts where all that tension built up as you ride upward is released and you drop back down. And that's exactly what purpose this little break is serving here. This quiet guitar break where the guitar is just playing the same riff it's always been playing, but everything else drops out. There's no drums, bass, vocals, synth, nothing. And this serves both to like release some of the intensity from the chorus, but also build up tension going into the verse, being like, where'd everybody go? What's going to happen? Sometimes I feel like breaking things down to just a single instrument, especially if you do like a lo-fi effect on it or something. It feels like the room right before the final boss fight where you get like 10 potions and a save point. That's what these little breaks are like for me. I'm like, what's going to happen next? And here's our verse coming in, right? There it is. And you can see we just expected that intensity right there. A lot more chill this time. Drums are a lot more sparse. That bass line still holding it down. There's another example of that, what I was just talking about. That guitar was really tinny. Tin dance. But it sounded really like lo-fi and in the background, and it's one of those little things to build up tension and be like, whoop, where'd the floor go for a second? And then you drop back down. And we're back. Do you see how that's just like, it's like a speed boost along the track. Ooh. That movement, that like yodel flipping back and forth. Don't try that again. I love that control, that ability to crack her voice with expert control. On the growl there at the end, she has such control. Here's that build up again, but now we have this chorus guitar part. This is fun. Chorus? Yeah. This is great. That little scream, yelp, I love it. So much more growl here. It's so good. Vocal chops. I want to talk about that section for a second. That was so cool. Those vocal chops just like oscillating around your ears. That could be such an effective tool, and it's so easy to do. You literally just like grab a 16th note here and there from the vocals and then just start assembling them like a collage, like a puzzle made of random pieces from different boards. It's such a cool effect. And now we're dropping down into like a quiet ending section, it feels like. Really drums and vocals, a little bit of guitar. Coming back. Drop the one. We dropped the one there. We didn't come back right on beat one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Listen to this disappearance of the band for 1 second. There they are in beat 2. That's so fun. I like the giant robot. This feels good. High, gritty belt is amazing. Man, I am just blown away by Otto's vocals on this. She's an incredible singer. Also, we just got to shout out the other folks who worked on this. We got Naoki Itai, Yusuke Koshiro, Tomomi Ogata. Incredible work on the song. And then Kurakura on the artwork and Iga Kiri on the movie. Yeah, that was such an awesome cover. I listened through the first 2 originals and like, I liked it, but Otto's performance on that really pushed this right over the top for me. That was so cool. Are there any songs you want me to check out? Leave them in the comments down below and I'll take a listen. And if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe for more videos like this one posted every week. Also, as always, this video is brought to you by Quick Start Music. It's my collection of online music production courses built to help you learn to make music the way you want to. If you use the code LSE at checkout, you'll get 50% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.